First thing I want to say to you in this video is that you are justified in feeling angry. You are justified in feeling sad. When all these bad things keep happening to you and all these people keep mistreating you, it's natural for you to have an emotional response to that. You shouldn't have to always rise above it. You shouldn't always have to immediately try to snap yourself into happiness. We should be able to process that feeling of anger, of being wronged, especially when it keeps happening repeatedly. I don't believe in the nature of gaslighting ourselves into just being positive over the stuff that has happened to us, because we never give that darker side of us a moment to exist, and it's natural. I think it's something that God gave us to feel, and you should feel that way. And a big reason why I feel like you should process that is because it can start to manifest as a poisonous disease in you. The poison of these people, the anger, the misery that they felt poisons you and makes you turn into almost the villain in other people's lives. You can't trust new people. You can't trust the new people, and they're going to hurt you in the same way that other people did. So therefore, you have to protect yourself better by being a little bit meaner this time, being a little bit more isolated this time. Maybe you should just stay to yourself. Maybe you shouldn't try. But I want to come and also tell you this, that if you are feeling that way, you are just like the people that wronged you. You're turning into them. And I know you don't want that. And I want you to understand too within that, that the people that wronged you are already getting their karma. They're already getting their punishment. And I'm going to tell you what that is. The punishment that the people that wrong us, especially this person wrongs a lot of people and they're very repetitive in that way, the misery that they're feeling down under, you're not seeing it. You're not seeing the fact that this person is really upset with their life or they're really sad about something. Because you have to remember, we have subconscious minds. They may not even be aware of the fact that they're so sad and upset and their life is a mess. Therefore, they have to poison your life. They have to say little things and do little things to poison your life. And you're upset because you feel like, well, why does this keep happening to me? And why is God not doing anything about it? The thing has already been done. A lot of people think that when someone sins or does something wrong, that karma is going to come in the future. But I'm here to argue that karma is already present when they did the wrong thing to you. When the person did that miserable act to you, that means they were miserable. Because a person at peace and happiness, that's also infectious. So if a person was at peace and happiness, they would spread that to you. But this person wasn't at peace, and this person wasn't happy. They were at a state of misery, low vibration, and they're carrying that every single day. Yeah, they may have a nice car. Yeah, they may hang out with their friends. Maybe they go to Puerto Rico for 4 days. Maybe that all is true. Maybe they do have a lot of friends. But deep down, when they're in their bed, when they go to sleep at night, the dreams they're having, the subconscious conversations they're having is miserable. They wish they had the things that you had. And I'm not talking about the physical things that you have. They wish that they had a good childhood like you had. Good friends, nurturing friends like you have. A good family like you have. You may be asking, well, how do you know that, Tabari? How do you know that they're already miserable? Well, let me tell you this story I told my friend the other day. So last year, I bumped into a very old friend of mine that treated me very bad in numerous ways that I won't even go over. Just disrespecting me and just believing lies about me and just like really tarnishing the friendship that we had, right? Just completely got rid of it. So for whatever reason, I bumped into them and they did apologize, but I was already over the situation. I hadn't talked to this friend in over like 2 to 3 years at this point. So I was kind of over it. So for whatever reason, they helped me out and they took me home that night, and we were out with other friends as well. And it was like 3, 4 a.m. So my mom was calling me like, where are you? Like, are you alive? What's going on? And I was telling her like, I'm down the street, I'm coming. And basically, she was just worried about me. And then I hung up and I was like, okay. And then like quickly he says like, I wish my mom called me. She doesn't really call me like that. And he said it so quickly and so subtly, and it was so low, you know, like he was talking to himself almost. And it really like changed everything for me when he said that. Because when he said that, I realized so many things. I was like, I have this good thing I'm going home to. I have this good, loving family. I feel loved. I'm at peace with my life. He just showed me, without really trying to show me, he's not at peace. He did all these things to me in the past that really upset me. He had friends. He had all this nice stuff. He had a lot of stuff. I was like, wow, I just wish my life panned that way out. Anyways, and I felt like God was continuously blessing him in certain ways that I wish to be blessed in my own way. And I felt like I was the victim for many years, or I just felt like I was the one that was wronged and I wasn't being vindicated for it. But when he said that, it made me realize that I had so much other stuff in my life to be grateful for. I had good things, and this person temporarily made me feel miserable in my life, but I had so many things in my life that can make me happy. So many things in my life that were good, and there's things I still have in my life, like a great family, 2 amazing parents, a healthy brother, a healthy niece, good health, being tall, being good looking, being like a speaker, really wanting to help people, a good heart, a genuine good heart that I'm always working on and trying my best to maintain that level of peace. These are all treasures. These are the things that you have that are so good that other people subconsciously, their inner demons want you to not have. They want to distort your perception of your life so you don't see your treasures anymore, because the treasures are yours. But when these miserable people come into your life, or when they have a moment where they're in misery, they try to distort the way you see yourself and the way you see your own life. But your life was actually beautiful, and it still is. But all they do is poison the way you see it. And when they poison the way they see it, you become the miserable person over time. But me, through going to therapy, having a good family, and just being the person that I am, I was able to return back to this state of peace and understanding and a good heart. And it just made me realize, and it made me actually feel bad when he said that, because it's like, I want him to experience this level of peace one day in his life. I'm not going to be the one there to facilitate it for him, but I genuinely feel like this level of peace everyone should feel. You also may be wondering, like, why would you want him to experience peace when he did all those miserable things to you? Because if he can experience real peace and have a good heart and actually heal, he won't treat other people in the future in the way he treated me. And that's important to me. We don't need more miserable people in the world. Me hating on him, me being mean to him, me being upset at him, me lashing out is just going to keep him being miserable. And if he can genuinely have that self-reflection and treat people better intentionally, for no ill will, like not trying to get stuff out of people, but genuinely treating people well, this world can be a better place. He can go and do something amazing in the world that will benefit everybody. So you have to start thinking about that when you think of like your enemies. A lot of us have these enemies and we feel like we always have to hate them forever or dislike them for what they did. And there's nothing wrong, like I said at the start, for feeling angry about what they did, because that's valid. But eventually you do get to a point where you start to feel bad, because it's like, what distortion, what dysfunction do you have where you feel like you had to do that to me, And that was something that I reached last year in 2024, is that other people are distorted and dysfunctional, and they're going to put that onto you if you allow it. So if you can drop the negative perception that your life sucks or it's bad, you can start to see in so many ways that you're blessed already, in the ways that your life was actually always good. And that even though you did meet them and have like a temporary low vibrational moment after encountering them, you have to return back to the mindset and the understanding that your life was already good. It is good. And that things are going to come along the way to distract you from the good. But if you can just learn how to master returning back to that state of peace, you can live the best possible life you can live. And it doesn't matter what anybody does to you, because you have the ultimate power of returning back to peace that they don't have. You have to think of it like The Walking Dead or a zombie outbreak. When the zombies turn, they're zombies. But now they're trying to come eat you, or they're trying to come infect you, and you turn into a zombie as well. You have to learn how to be the antidote, how to be the cure to that situation. So even though the zombies may bite you, you know, and you have mastered the ability of returning back to the state of being an actual human being. And you have to allow them in their own time to figure out ways where they're not going to be a zombie anymore. Some people will never stop being a zombie in their own lives. They will never stop trying to infect people. And that's fine. But you have to learn how to protect yourself and the people you care about from that state and teach them how to return back to peace. And that's what I'm trying to do in this video and this channel, is also help people figure out how to return back to peace. I can't offer you and guarantee you'll never not feel peaceful in your life. But what I can guarantee you is that if you learn how to, you can always return back to peace. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it was able to help you process like all these bad things that happened to you in the past. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all those amazing, beautiful things to join the garden. Comment some flower emojis down below to signify your growth. And I will see you guys in my next video. See you later.